announced that they're losing money basically, and they've lost about $1.1 billion invested in food delivery and driverless cars. Uber is still losing money as it expands its food delivery business and develops technology for driverless cars. Now, I've used Uber a few times, for not for the food delivery stuff. I've used it to get to and from work when I was working. And I stopped using it after like the sixth time after this one guy ripped off my account. I couldn't prove that it was him, but I had suspicions that it was. But for revenue for its rides business nearly tripled in the final 3 months of last year as the economy picked up more passengers around the world. That prompted it to say it will turn a profit earlier than expected. The San Francisco-based ride-hailing giant lost $1.1 billion in the fourth quarter of 2019, about 2.4% more than the same time last year. The loss amounted to 64 cents per share, which was slightly better than what analysts were expecting. Analysts polled by FactSet predicted Uber would lose about $1.18 billion or 67 cents per share during the quarter. Uber brought in $4.1 billion in revenue, up 37% from a year ago. Its revenue grew around the world, although the biggest gain was in the US and Canada, where it pulled in 41% more than what it did last year. Because of the company's progress in 2019 and its plans this year, Uber expects to turn a profit in the fourth quarter of 2020. CEO Dara Khosrowshahi, I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right, said in the conference call with investors. That's sooner than the projection during the last earnings call, when he said the company would turn a full profit in 2021. And that says in 2019 it was a transformational year for Uber. We recognize that the era of the growth is at all costs is over. The Uber Eats business lost about $461 million in the quarter before accounting for interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, which was down 66% from the same time last year as Uber poured money into growing the business in a highly competitive food delivery market. In January, Uber sold its Eats business in India to Zomato, a popular food app, a move that its executives hope will stem some of the losses. Right now, the Eats business has had a tornado-like impact on profitability, said Dan Ives, a managing director of equity research at Wedbush Securities. In the U.S., Uber had been focused on improving restaurant selection and has almost 400,000 restaurants on the Eats platform, which is up 78% on a year-on-year basis. The fourth quarter was marked by painful disclosures at Uber. In December, it released a long-awaited report in which its writers reported more than 3,000 sexual assaults during 2018. The same month, it agreed to pay $4.4 million to end a federal sexual harassment probe about its internal corporate culture. But those announcements did not take a toll on Uber stock, which has been inching up over the past 2 months. And in a major blow, Uber lost its license to operate in London in November over concerns about imposter drivers and the way the company handles safety. We're going to have our day in court, said the CEO. We respectfully disagree with Transport for London's conclusions. Uber's safety and service have significantly improved over the past 3 years, and the team is very focused on executing on safety around the world, and the London team is especially focused on it, he said. Uber has also been dealing with a new California law, and it makes it harder for companies to classify workers as independent contractors instead of employees. This law went into effect in January. Since then, Uber has been making some changes to assert drivers' independence. It started allowing drivers to see riders' destinations before they accept a ride, which that's what the app does. It also changed the cost structure in California so riders now see a price range instead of a flat rate before a ride. Driver feedback has been positive in terms of the information, the empowerment that I think our driver partners feel. Prices have increased more in California than they have nationally, so I think from a rider standpoint, the service has become more expensive, but it's a very, very early type of thing. Uber stock cratered after its IPO, falling 42% to a low of $25.99 in November, but it recovered some ground over the last month, reaching $37 on Thursday, about 18% below its IPO price. The stock climbed 5% to $39 in after-hours trading following the release of the quarterly results. Its losses in the fourth quarter include $243 million in stock-based compensation. That kind of sucks, but yeah.